Hello my friends. Is it still the end of the January? Yes. Do we still have our Christmas tree? Yes. It's just so difficult to say bye to this beauty. Anyway, my friends, hello and welcome to the new video, which I have been super excited about to share with you. And I know I say this for the majority of my videos and at the beginning of my videos, but I truly am very excited to share this one with you. Because I have been planning to film this video and share it with you for quite a while now, and especially at this time of the year when everyone is talking about their bookish goals and reading goals, I have only one. For past couple of years, I believe, I haven't really set myself any specific goals because my goal is always to read as many books as possible, and if I do have time, I try to read books, and if I don't have time, I don't unnecessarily want to stress myself with some random number which I chose for myself. So I decided not to give myself any goals. I decided not to give myself any goals for past couple of years. However, around the end of 2025, I found myself really to write very often quite same sounding comment to many of my fellow booktubers. And usually the comment would go like, oh, I still haven't read this author. I really need to read this author. Can you believe I still haven't read any books by her? And comments like this. And I decided to write myself a list of the authors which have been on my mind for quite a while. And some of them are classical authors which have been with us for centuries. Some of them are current authors, and some of them are authors which have been very new or popular in recent year or two. So the names are quite random, you can say. And I put together 12 names, and right now I would love to share 6 of them with you, so to have it like a part 1 of this new series I would love to do. And I decided to call this Authors I Wanna Read, and I just would love to hear your opinions and your thoughts as well, and also your recommendation, because what I did actually is that with every single author I already chose a book by him or her which I do want to read, but I'm very open for suggestions. So I would love for you to tell me if you read a book by one of these authors I'm gonna mention and you really enjoyed the book, or maybe you have a favorite book by these authors. Please let me know in the comments, because I'm very happy to maybe try to read that book instead of the one I chosen, because I really went quite intuitively and I chosen the books which I knew people have been talking about, or maybe I knew about the author and I knew about the book and I just paired it together. But it's not decided yet, so I'm very happy to maybe change this list of the books as well. So I would love for you to tell me in the comments, and also if there are maybe some other names, some other authors which you would recommend me, please let me know, because I would very much love to know, and I would love this list to grow, because I think that's ultimately what's gonna happen, because since I love reading and I hope I'm gonna love reading for the rest of my life, and there are still new authors, and there is also still so many authors which have been with us for, as I said, centuries. I feel that this list will always change and will always grow, and it's something hopefully I will be able to share with you in many years to come as well. So my friends, without further ado, I would love to introduce these 6 names to you, and as I said, it's quite a random list, and I would say with these first 6, they are more of a recent authors, not necessarily the classics, because I also do have people like, for example, Dostoevsky or Dickens or Kafka on my list, which are a little bit more from the past, at least the first 2 is for sure, but this is more like a current authors. So without further ado, my friends, I have a list right here, and I would love to introduce these authors to you. So the first one on my list is Sally Rooney, because probably this is the most frequent author with which I was writing, I still haven't read this, or I was mentioning, I think, in one of my videos where I was talking about the bookshops we went to visit, and they had books by Sally Rooney there, and I also wrote there with my comments that I still haven't read any book by her, can you recommend me some? And many of you actually did, and you were mentioning Normal People, and I think that's the book which made her very famous as well. I still haven't seen the series either, and I only read the blurb on the book, so I have a vague idea what the book is about. So I'm quite excited to read this. Then the second name is Kazuo Ishiguro, because obviously a name which I've been circling around for so long, and so many people have been talking about this, and I just recently actually through, I think it was Booking with Deborah channel, where she was talking about The Remains of the Day, and I know this because of the movie I saw a couple years ago, and I had no idea that the book actually is by this author, and it made me do a little research, and I decided to pick Clara and the Sun as my book by this author, which I would love to read this year. Then the name number 3 is Ocean Wang, The Emperor of the Gladness, which I'm very excited about, and I already got this as ebook for my new e-reader, which I mentioned in my previous video. So I'm very excited to read this one because my sister read one book by this author and she really loved it, and I heard many people talking about sort of like a poetry way of writing, which is something I very much enjoy. So definitely want to give this one a go. And then number 4 is Elena Ferrante, because that's another book, especially this one, My Brilliant Friend, which I read wonderful things about, and I would very much love to explore this. Number 5 is I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but it's Carlos Zafron with the book The Shadow of the Wind. And to be honest with you, I found this book in one bookshop when I went for a little book shopping date with my boyfriend, and I first found the book and then I discovered the author. Because I saw the book lying there and I really liked the cover, and I read the blurb and it sounded really good, and then I did a little research on the author, and I actually found out that he wrote quite a few books which were very, very successful and are supposed to be really good, and also the story of this sounded really, really interesting to me. And then the last one from my list is Claire Keegan, Small Things Like These, which I know many of you have been reading as well recently, and I heard wonderful things about it. Apparently it's quite a difficult read, it's not an easy one when it comes to like, for example, trigger warnings, but I'm quite excited to read this. So my friends, these are the first 6 authors from my very long list, and for my part 1, and I must say I'm super excited to explore new authors and their writing styles, and I'm just very, very excited. Please let me know if you read any of these authors, any of these books, which one were your favorite, if you have any other suggestions for books or authors I should read. And I must say I'm quite happy also with the list, because I feel like even when it comes to genres, it's quite a nice mix, because there is a romance, there is a historical fiction, and there is also some mystery, because The Shadow of the Wind should be some sort of mystery as well. So I am very excited. So my friends, I hope this video made sense to you, because I have been recording this like 4 times and trying to make it sound very simple, and hopefully I got the main point across to you. And I would be very, very happy to hear some reactions from you in the comments, and some recommendations and some discussions about the books and about the authors. And of course, because there is first 6 names, my goal would be to read at least one of these books or authors per month, because obviously I do have so many other books which I do want to read. This is not my only TBR, but ideally at least one from this list per month, so then at the next part of the year I can pick up another 6. But I'm also so excited about these specific books that I think there is a chance that I might finish it even sooner and read, for example, 2 or 3 of these authors per month if I have time. So then we can come to my part 2 even sooner. So I'm very, very excited. So my friends, please take care, and hopefully I will see you soon with another video. Bye bye!